so good to have you.
Thank you.
So we don't know you. Tell us something about you.
Sure. My name is Catherine Magoye. I have worked for Accenture. I started as a consulting grad 16 years ago. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. But I now work as an innovation director in the Global Innovation Hub in Dublin.
Wow. First of all, everybody would love to work at Accenture as well. So tell us how you done it and how has been your evolution, what journey to progressing to be where you are right now.
So it happened because I did a computer science degree, and at my graduation I was talking to one of my friends and he said, I work for this place called Accenture, I think you'd like it. So he got me an interview and he was right, and I joined. That was 2005 and I joined the Irish office consulting, and after 4 years I decided I wanted to leave Dublin because despite having an international background, being Ugandan Irish, I had never lived anywhere else but Ireland.
Yeah.
So I took a transfer down to the Australian office and I worked down in Melbourne for 6.5 years, and New Zealand. And then I moved back to Ireland in 2015. And in 2017, I got a call from an old boss who I'd worked for way back. And he said, I work in the Innovation Hub, I think you'd like it. And again, he was right.
Do you know, one thing that I would say that you just said to me is like the power of your network.
Yes.
Sometimes the doors just open because you know someone and they say, I put yourself forward. And I remember, and I keep saying that you have to have those people around you that say your name when you're not in the room. It's like, oh my gosh, we have to bring Catherine, we have to bring this person. And I know so many people who are being my angels to say, okay, I'm going to have to bring Flavilla in the room. And that's one thing that I'm learning already from you, which is amazing.
Yes.
But think about somebody now, think about Accenture, say, I want to join. Is it a company that is great for people of diverse background?
So yes, there is a mandate from the very top from Julie Sweet, our CEO, and she wants to create the most inclusive workplace you can have, which is amazing because when it comes from the top, it makes it easier for everyone on the ground to do things. And those things include like inclusion and diversity networks, one of which I'm proud to be a member of, and two ladies over there are too, which is the African and Caribbean Network. And we just started the Irish chapter last year.
Oh, wow.
So yes, I think that Accenture is such a huge global company. There's just so much power to change. Like if we can get it right in Accenture, we can get it right anywhere.
Absolutely. And I'm Black French. My journey is very different from Black British. Talk about Black Irish. Tell us about that.
So it's different again. So I grew up in like the 1980s, 1990s Ireland, which was a very white, very Irish place. I was the only black girl in my school until my cousin moved over. I was the only black girl in my applied maths class, in my physics class, in the chemistry Olympics, in my undergrad as well.
Yeah.
And even just joining Accenture as a consulting grad, I was the only person of colour actually who joined.
God. Wow.
So yeah, different. It's very, very different, but it's changing.
It's changing.
Yeah.
I think we need to. I think it's funny because in my own personal journey, I've embraced being the only person in the room to gain attention and influence people, but I think we need to do more and be. Well, I don't want to be the only one in the room anymore.
Yeah.
So, as from Accenture, what are the things that people can learn about? You say you have your own network. Anything else companies can learn from Accenture?
Yeah, I think the best thing we've done is made public commitments to actually setting targets and saying, by 2025, we want to increase our black workforce in Britain from 4 to 7%. We want to double the number of managing directors. So it's great to set that ambition, but I think actually getting it out there in the public domain and then actually having the networks, the programs, the policies underneath to support getting there, and actually to have people measured and tracked against it is how we will get there.
Yes, and that's what it is, setting intention, holding people accountable by going in public, which force you to do something about it, and then putting things in place to be able to monitor. And I think that's so powerful. And I always say to people, when I say to myself, I want to lose weight, I just put it out there, outside to my friends, like, I really lost weight. They're like, it motivates you and then gives you that power that you actually commit. It's not just words. And I think one thing that frustrated me for the Black Lives Matter, I've seen a lot of companies putting black posts and not understanding what it means, but being influenced by that. Do you think that the Black Lives Matter movement has also influenced Accenture to do a bit more?
Yeah, I definitely think it played a part.
Yeah.
Like I will say, the inclusion and diversity networks existed long before Black Lives Matter, but I think it made it focus on actually like you say, go from just talking to actual action that we could measure and see the change.
Yes. As looking at this book,
Yes.
what do you think is so important?
I just love that it exists. I wish that when I was growing up in Ireland, I had a book like that and I knew about other people that I could aspire to be like.
Yes. And look, you've done phenomenal. Well, how do you want to be remembered?
Not as the only black managing director in Accenture Ireland. I hope there are many by the time I finish.
You know, there's so many of the first person.
Yeah.
Can I be known for anything
just maybe
else?
the first of many would be nice. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you.